What's up everyone? In this video we're going to be talking about DeepSeek R1 and everything that you need to know, and also some potential warnings, especially if you are in the United States, on should you use DeepSeek R1 or not. Is it a security risk? Let's go ahead and jump into this full video.
Please like and subscribe to the channel.
So what is DeepSeek R1? DeepSeek R1 is an open source AI model developed in China that represents a new significant shift in the global AI landscape. Happened, a number of weeks ago at the time of recording this video. And this is what people are calling a true Sputnik moment for the tech world. So its release now challenges a lot of the long-held beliefs of the dominance of some of the American AI players, just with the amount of cost that it took to develop this model. The budget for developing this model was reportedly under $6 million. There is some contention on that number, if that is actually the true cost. And that's compared to typically like the billions of dollars or tens of billions of dollars that it typically takes to develop similar models like GPT 3.5 or GPT-4, for example. We're in the billions, hundreds of millions to billions of dollars. Now, DeepSeek R1 was created using tools like distillation and processes like distillation, and also being able to be optimized to run on consumer-grade hardware, meaning you didn't actually need full data center GPUs to run some of the advanced AI functions. Now, like I mentioned, it is a distilled model, so it uses a teacher-student approach where a larger, more resource-intensive model actually trains a smaller, efficient version, retaining much of that original model's capabilities. So essentially, it's kind of stealing the training and the setup from some of these other models. Now, it does have chain of thought reasoning, so it's able to process problems by breaking them down into logical steps before generating an answer, and this approach actually enhances its reasoning capabilities. It has reinforcement learning and a mixture of experts, so it incorporates reinforcement learning techniques to optimize the performance, and also leverages a mixture of experts architecture in it. So it activates specialized subnetworks as needed, reducing a lot of the computational load and increasing the efficiency of the model running. Let's talk about the performance and capabilities. So there is a big competitive edge with DeepSeek R1. It's caused quite a stir in the AI space for the creation of cheaper models and more efficient models. And DeepSeek R1 meets or exceeds a lot of the performance of top American AI models. Now, recently with OpenAI's release of O3 Mini and O3 Mini High, it's just below them now with some of the releases there. And especially compared to OpenAI's O1 model, it exceeds the reasoning capabilities in some of the benchmarks like math, coding, and also natural language understanding with like NLP. It's also really versatile, so despite being really small and cost effective, it's also capable of handling complex questions or queries, and it generates, coherent text, and also can adapt to a number of diverse applications, which is why a number of people have started grabbing onto it and integrating it into their applications. Compared to the cost of like OpenAI or Anthropic or Google's models, it's much cheaper to run DeepSeek R1. So what does this mean in the AI industry? Really means a democratization of AI. So with the release of DeepSeek R1, it's lowered the barrier to entry. So it makes advanced AI accessible to a lot more smaller companies, also research labs, and even hobbyists. People in their home, with basic computers can start to run the DeepSeek R1 model. It also has a global impact, so it's an open source nature, and it allows for transparency, meaning biases or even errors, are more easily detectable and correctable. and this openness is really starting to shift some of the competitive balance in global AI development. Also, in terms of the economics considerations here, so it's very cost effective. This will definitely impact the business models of the larger, AI model providers, some of the proprietary AI systems that are out there, and it will potentially reduce some of the reliance on expensive cloud infrastructure and specialized hardware. There's also some caveats or challenges with the DeepSeek R1 model. So number one, it is a smaller model, so it sometimes produces confident but also incorrect answers with hallucinations, and it might not capture like the full depth of knowledge that larger models possess. It also has the dependence on teacher models, so it's closely tied to the quality and biases of the larger models that it was distilled from. And in terms of security, this is based a model coming from China. So especially for us here in the United States, there are security concerns, and there's also regulations coming out now preventing the use of the DeepSeek R1 model in, corporate enterprise applications. Also, even using the app, the chat experience, where the DeepSeek team is actually storing that chat history instead of using like the API or locally hosting that model. That is a potential security concern. So using the model, if you're going to use it, safely is very, very important and should be heavily considered. There's some great other YouTube videos out there on how to use DeepSeek R1 from a very secure way. But especially if you're in the States, I would probably recommend using another open source model out there, or taking some of these foundation models from those foundation model providers and adapting it to your particular situation, reducing the cost as much as possible, but also trying to keep the responses, as accurate as you can. So DeepSeek R1, there you have it. It's really game-changing, cost-effective AI model. It's really starting to, disrupt the traditional power dynamics of the power players in the AI industry. It's also starting to pave the way for, more accessible and transparent future in AI development. And it also does pose, some of these challenges and security concerns. So that is something to, be aware of. If you have questions about DeepSeek R1, or you're curious about some of the applications that it can be used on, drop a comment down below. I am an AI architect, so I work with a lot of global organizations. I lead AI workshops all over the world for different enterprise companies, very large enterprise companies, all the way down to, startup organizations. So if you have questions about AI, please, drop them in the comment section below. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other upcoming videos. And with that, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember to keep moving forward, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.